Alexis McAllister will move out towards the left-hand side as the second half is underway after that half-time show. So Argentina are playing in their striped shirts, the white and sky blue, from left to right as we look, against Spain in their red and navy. And I'll run through the two teams. But it means now that Argentina has caught in possession at the back and helped out. Whereas Romero from Otamendi. It means that Argentina have got two more opportunities in the normal 90, but can only make three changes. There's another loose ball on this occasion from Tagliafico. He's picked up by Baena. Baena cuts inside and shoots. And it ran up quite awkwardly, but it was saved by Emi Martinez away to his left. Didn't really have to stretch for it. Chris Sutton.
Well, it's a really sloppy start to the second half from Argentina. A couple of misplaced passes inside their own half, and Baena nearly made them pay, cutting in off the left-hand side. 20 yards out, right-footed shot. Didn't get any real power on it. Once again, I do think the sticky pitch isn't helping.
Whistle to whistle, it was 27 minutes and 21 seconds. Here is McAllister, who plays the ball out to De Paul on this near side. Still 0-0. That didn't sit up as nicely as I don't think De Paul was expecting. Back with Messi, who's been quiet. And then the ball from Paredes is played back to Romero. So the two teams, without further ado. Simon in goal, Porro, Kubasi, Laporte and Cucurella. This is for Spain. Fabian, Rodri, Olmo, Yamal, Oyarzabal and Baena. The Argentinian supporters creating the noise inside the MetLife Stadium here in New Jersey. They have Emi Martinez in goal. A back four of Montiel, Romero, Otamendi. His 21st appearance at the World Cup for Argentina as Montiel comes forward. Laporte dives back. Concedes the corner kick despite him thinking it was a goal kick. Tagliafico the left back. Then you've got De Paul, Paredes, Fernandez, McAllister, Alvarez and Messi. And as Lionel Messi walks across to this near side to right, he looks up at the backs of Argentinian support. The ball is tossed towards him from one of the substitutes and he places it down. The Argentine support are excited at the prospect of this set piece. 0-0. Messi to take it. Near side to right, little flick on. I think the last touch came off McAllister. Goal kick, Paul Robinson.
Really interestingly marked man for man in there, Spain. I expect a better delivery there from Messi. You can see with the Argentinian change, I think that's with one eye on getting Enzo Fernandez higher up the field, because with Paredes on the pitch next to him now, McAllister out on the left, it gives him the opportunity, Fernandez, to get a lot higher where we've seen him earlier on in the tournament.
It's the sixth time that the reigning champions have played in the final. The last three have all lost. Argentina in 1990, Brazil in 98, and France in Qatar against Argentina in 2022. 0-0. As the ball goes back to Emi Martinez, who passes the ball forward to Otamendi. Now they go out wide to that far side, the left for Tagliafico. Emi Martinez wants the ball back. It's just going to be used because the way that Spain are pressing with essentially a front three of Lamine Yamal, Dani Olmo in the centre, and then Oyarzabal on this near side, the left. Montiel charged down by Baena, and it pops out of play for a throw to Argentina. Spain looking to get back into the rhythm. The thing is, though, that break, in all seriousness, that would not have helped.
No, I mean, it's like a delayed kickoff for a player. And once again, the players had to be given time after the half-time break, the long half-time break, to actually come out onto the pitch and get themselves warm and stretched off again. And another thing as well, because they covered the pitch, it's been unable to be watered. And in this heat, it's only going to get drier and slower.
Here is Romero, right of the two centre-backs. De Paul tripped by Baena. That'll be a free kick to Argentina. Chris Sutton.
And Paul mentions the pitch. I think it's a really good shout. I think it suits Argentina because Spain, you know that they want to move the ball quickly and sharply. It just slows everything down. And Argentina, another couple of subs are ready to come on. He doesn't mess about. Lionel Scaloni, does he?
No, he doesn't. Well, that's going to really restrict their chances later on. in this heat as Alvarez picks it up. Tagliafico to his left, the left back running forward, level with the penalty area. Back to Alvarez. Coming forward now is Paredes. Passes the ball to the right of the centre circle. And now with Romero to Montiel, the right back. De Paul just about... No, he didn't keep that ball in play. And it will go out for a Spain throw. I think what Medina was going to come on. Now, he's had a fitness issue, which is the reason that why Tagliafico has been starting at left back. But I think they've had a change of mind there, because all of a sudden he's put the purple bib back on, and Medina, the left back, has gone back to warming up down the touchline. Lamine Yamal picks it up in the centre circle. On the halfway line, passes the ball back to Cucurella, not getting forward as much as he did against France in that semi-final in Dallas. Laporte to Kubasi. Now, Rodri has gone down, off the ball, holding his face.
Enzo Fernandez involved, and here we go. Both sets of players getting involved.
Pushing, jostling. The referee has shown a yellow card to Paredes, I think it was. There was a lot of manhandling going on there. The referee at one stage was also almost getting in the thick of it. On a day of searing heat, it's a day for cool heads rather than hot ones.
Yeah, it's on Rodri. It's a shove in the back. It's from Paredes, actually, who just, with his right forearm, smashes Rodri.
Well, what's Rodri then holding his face for?
Well, he's had a bit of whiplash area. Quite a nasty injury, whiplash here.
He's completely off the ball as well, wasn't it? He knew exactly what he was doing. That's the Argentinian tactics that we've seen from time to time. Nowhere near just stopping Rodri getting into a position to control the ball in the game.
If we're quick to criticise the Argentinians for trying to deceive the referee, then that's poor from Rodri, barged in the back, going down, holding his face.
But it wasn't foul.
It wasn't foul. Paredes has shown a yellow card, and here is Rodri, who plays the ball forward. Otamendi with a downward header, and then De Paul stoops, takes it on the chest, tries to turn, and then the ball goes back towards the goalkeeper, Emi Martinez, but he hits it straight towards Rodri. Lifts it forward to Olmo. There was Romero, then he tries to prevent Olmo from chasing after the ball as well. It is a niggly contest, this, in this World Cup final. 0-0, 7.5 minutes played.
It is, and we spoke about the change, but no Nico Gonzalez. Got to rely on Julian Alvarez as that sort of legs in behind, the one who has to move in behind that Spanish back line and try and stretch the game. Argentina, they have to play, and they know that Spain will press. They'll get in the faces, they'll try and win the ball back high. Will Argentina be good enough to play through this Spanish press?
Well, since the goalless draw in '94 in the United States between Brazil and Italy, the team scoring first has lifted the trophy in 6 of the 7 finals. France-Italy was the exception when France lost on penalties. But the longer it goes, if there is to be a goal in the 90, you think it might just be the one goal that is required, and this is certainly suiting Argentina. Alvarez couldn't control it. Lamine Yamal running back, intercepts it, and then Porro covering right back, central area, back to Unai Simon, passes the ball forward. Spain, who quickly got into a rhythm in the first half, passing the ball fast. Nice tempo of the way they started, haven't been able to get back into that.
And I think that's something that the Argentinians have talked about at half-time. Scaloni will have said they're giving them too much of the ball, they're growing into this game far too much.
Olmo finds Oyarzabal. Fabian makes the run ahead of Oyarzabal. Oyarzabal tries to nick it into Fabian, tries to play it back towards Fabian. But there was Otamendi with the interception, only as far as Cucurella. Spain are back in possession. 0-0 on 5 Live. BBC Sounds, and we're also live on the World Service. And you also have the option on BBC Television 2 through the iPlayer and the website to watch the pitches and listen to the 5 Live commentary. Lamine Yamal coming forward is Enzo Fernandez. Olmo tries to prevent a way out, reared up awkwardly for De Paul. Messi coming back to help out with a back pass towards Emi Martinez, who
They
clears.
were guilty of trying to score the perfect goal there, Spain. Oyarzabal picked the ball up in a really good area, tried to play a 1-2, Ruiz just inside the penalty box, and it wasn't on. I think the better option for the striker was to take the shot on goal.
I tell you what, though, had they scored that would have been one of the goals of the tournament. It was brilliant the way they worked their way out from the back. Ruiz into Olmo, and then the ball to Oyarzabal, who drives to the edge of the box. He could have got a shot off. Little nutmeg in the forward run and lay back from Fabian Ruiz, but Otamendi, to his credit, the old-timer, old-stager, getting back and clearing his lines.
This is another ball towards Olmo. Olmo played inside right channel of the penalty area, cuts it back. Cucurella was trying to get there. Montiel tracks him ever so well, and behind it goes for a corner kick. That was superb defending by the right back.
Brilliant defending, it really was, because it looked for all the world that Marc Cucurella was going to tap the ball into an empty net from 8 yards. Once again, it's really worked in the wide areas from Spain. Olmo, it is, just manages to keep the ball in. He fizzes it across the 6-yard box. But Montiel, last-minute challenge just to take it off Cucurella's boot. Clears the ball for a Spain corner.
They might be outnumbered inside this stadium in the MetLife, but they're getting quite excited in the middle tier. That large pocket of red sat in front of the press court, for those press seats that have been put in specifically for this World Cup final. The referee just having a word with Christian Romero. Spain have a corner kick. They've taken it short on that right-hand side. Lamine Yamal played in by Porro. Deep. Laporte has stayed forward, goes out for a goal kick. 0-0 on 5 Live.
So really poor from Porro, worked a little short corner, ball fed back to the edge of the box near the corner of the box, and Pedro Porro putting the ball behind. Real opportunity for Spain. It's just that final ball had not been on point.
Molina is going to be coming on. So that would be Montiel going off. That's just a natural like for like. So it means in the 90 now, Argentina have got one more substitution opportunity to make 2 more changes. So Molina, he was a half-time substitute with Algeria. It was when Montiel actually developed that tight hamstring and then made 5 starts, including the last 4. Didn't start today's game, Molina, but he was a regular, a World Cup winner from 4 years ago, and he will get forward as well. Nel Molina on the right side of the defence now for Argentina. 58 minutes played. Cucurella. Oyarzabal has dropped very, very deep. Rodri passes the ball then to Kabasi. Kabasi running forward just outside the centre circle. This is Fabian Ruiz, short and forward Lamine Yamal. Argentina lose the ball, and then Spain have it back once again. This is with Fabian Ruiz. Olmo turns. Oyarzabal passes the ball back to Lamine Yamal. Fabian Ruiz comes onto it midway through the Argentinian half. Argentina have got everybody back behind the ball, bar Lionel Messi. This now is Olmo. Porro joins the attack. Porro. They'd almost created space for Lamine Yamal, but Porro was fouled, and a direct free kick within shooting distance. And I can finally bring in Chris Sutton, who's angered the Spanish media in front of him.
Well, people should sit down. We're all sitting down.
I think we might be having a meeting in the car park after, thanks to Chris.
Summarisers, just sit down so we can see the game.
Yeah, he didn't appreciate you tossing ice at him though, did he?
That was the only way I could get his attention.
Oh no! Oh, by the way, you're right. I think he is going to meet you in the car park afterwards. I think Chris might be looking for some friends.
That was a good piece of play from Pedro Porro in a really tight area of the field. Spain are getting a lot of joy. Argentina dropping deep, but actually they're very, very narrow as a defence, and they do get the joy in the wide areas. Pedro Porro that time comes inside, he draws the foul, referee right on the spot, gives the free kick, and it's the first real dangerous area, direct free kick that Spain have had in the game.
We've been playing for an hour here in the MetLife, so it's just a shade over 25 yards out from goal. Emi Martinez, I think, only wants 2 in the wall. Messi's just querying that. Now, Baena, we are at a similar position to this in the first semi-final in Dallas, and again, Baena couldn't get it on target. It would suit Lamine Yamal. Baena runs off the ball. Lamine Yamal goes for goal, it rebounds, comes towards Baena, right-hand side of the area, the cross is blocked and prevents from going out for a corner kick by the quick-thinking Enzo Fernandez. And then Argentina get a throw-in, and listen to how that is received inside the MetLife Stadium, 0-0.
Yeah, some of the last-ditch defending from Argentina, the wall held firm, and then Julian Alvarez getting out there, basic, stopped the cross. He did it brilliantly. There go another couple of substitutions, this time for Spain.
So Ferran Torres is coming on. Fabian Ruiz has gone off. Oyarzabal has gone off. He was looking to score the most goals for Spain in a single World Cup to try and beat the 5 that he's equalled with David Villa and Emilio Butragueño. But it's Torres and Pedri coming on. So they are like-for-like changes that Luis de la Fuente has made for Spain.
Yeah, he's played in there quite a bit, Pedri, alongside Rodri. We'd like to see him further up the field, we see him playing higher up, but actually struck up a good partnership in that deeper role. He'll understand the game, he'll try and get him to link defence, to attack quickly, make the transitions happen quicker so they can travel up the pitch faster and get into an attacking area. I think the two managers have been quite cautious with the substitutions, but obviously with the Torres one, it's a like-for-like for Spain.
Pedri started the first 5, he's been a substitute in the last 2 games. Here is Lamine Yamal, trying to wriggle free, goes to ground under the challenge from Tagliafico, who applauds the assistant referee, and it will be a goal kick. 62 minutes played, it still remains tight, it still remains tense. Chris Sutton.
Yeah, Lamine Yamal unhappy about the decisions. Actually like a little punch to the stomach there, but Lamine Yamal, not enough for him to go down as he did do. He felt there was too much contact, but interesting now, Ferran Torres is a bit more nimble than Oyarzabal. He'll come deep and drift around.
Messi still hasn't had a moment in this game. We thought he was quiet when we saw him in Kansas City against Switzerland, but he will have one moment. That's what he does, or that's what he's done, as it remains 0-0. But Porro on the halfway line, floats a diagonal forward ball over the head of Ferran Torres, easily headed away by Romero, picked up by Olmo. Pedri quickly lays it off to Cucurella, and now it's out to Baena. Baena on this near side, the left. Spain in their red shirts and navy shorts. They're playing from right to left. Molina has just tackled Baena. Play continues. This is Olmo. Olmo shoots. Emi Martinez has spilt it. And it spins behind for a corner kick. The referee, to his credit, is saying to the Spanish players, I played the advantage.
Yeah, he was. There was a clear foul on the edge of the box, but the ball fell to Olmo, about 20, 25 yards out, and he hits a vicious dipping shot straight at Emi Martinez. The goalkeeper should do better with it. The ball is moving, puts both hands down, and it spins up off his hands and round behind for a corner. He gets ever so slightly lucky there, Martinez.
I wonder whether it pops up and off his hands onto his knee. There must have been a moment where he thought, blimey.
Slavko Vincic, the referee, has prevented that corner kick from being taken. Christian Romero at the minute is just trying to get to grips with Laporte. Spain have a corner kick far side the right. Lamine Yamal, a lot of jostling going on. It's fired in low. McAllister clears it, edge of the area, comes towards Porro. Porro passes the ball back towards Yamal, sends over the cross, flick header away under pressure. That was from Paredes, corner kick, Spain are on top, 0-0.
Yeah, I mentioned the last-ditch defending from Argentina. It's so good, defend the box, defend the 6-yard box brilliantly, but you feel it's going to come for Spain. They're wearing them down.
In comes the corner kick, very crowded. Emi Martinez is flapped at that. Olmo couldn't get onto it. And Romero is going to run it out of the penalty area on the far side. But Argentina are now on the ropes, and I'm looking at the watch and I'm thinking 65 minutes played. They'll be now thinking, let's get to the drinks break.
They'll be quite happy. They'll be quite happy. They won't want to be absorbing the amount of pressure that they've had. But how many times have we seen Argentina, more so the England game, play games like this? The longer it stays like this, they'll know how to get over the line. They won't be disappointed with this scoreline. They won't want to be under as much pressure as they are, but they certainly won't be panicking.
And this is where they can draw reserves from that passionate support who are making the noise inside the MetLife Stadium here under the clear blue skies as the sun continues to shine. In this 23rd World Cup final, live on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Baena delivers the cross. Emi Martinez couldn't get there. Tagliafico didn't know where Lamine Yamal was, and he's headed the ball behind for a corner kick.
That's the one you see, sorry Chris, that's the one you see at the far post, isn't it, when the ball goes over and the fullback's got his foot, he's facing the ball and he doesn't know what's behind him. He's unsure, and the lack of communication between goalkeeper and fullback leads to the corner.
Lamine Yamal waits to take the corner on that far side then. This is a good period of the game for Spain. It remains 0-0, 66 minutes played. Lamine Yamal delivers it, in it goes, headed out by McAllister. Porro heads the ball back towards the feet of Lamine Yamal, tries to squeeze in between two players, delivers the cross, and the header from Ferran Torres was straight ahead of Martinez. Either side of him, that could easily have been a goal.
Yamal does superbly on the right-hand side. He does get a bit of a fortune, goes between two Argentinian defenders and stands the ball up right-footed. Ferran Torres 7 yards out. He heads it straight at Emi Martinez. Got to try and direct his header better than that. That's a golden opportunity. Martinez relieved.
An Argentinian player has gone down inside the penalty area, and that is going to encourage a drinks break from the referee, Slavko Vincic. So, at the MetLife Stadium in this World Cup final, it is Spain 0, Argentina 0. And to take you through till the end of 90 minutes will be our correspondent, John Murray.
Thanks, Ian. I think that's very well said. To the end of 90 minutes, we might hear from Ian again. It looks like Argentina are going to make another couple of changes here. Facundo Medina, who was being considered at one stage, looks as though he's getting ready to come on. And also, Paul Giuliano Simeone is coming on as well, who we saw have quite the impact against England in the semi-final.
He did, and I think he was picked, he was chosen for that exact reason. I mean, he wasn't afraid to put his foot in, committed the most fouls in this World Cup within the first 10 minutes in that game, and you could see the exact reason he was brought on. He was brought on to upset, he was brought on to destroy and upset other teams and break the rhythm down. But I think in this game it'll bring energy, I think he'll bring pace, and he'll just give them a little bit of fight, for want of a better phrase, between now and the end of the game.
Yeah, he might put a kick into Argentina, we'll see. This drinks break's coming at a good time for Argentina, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, Spain have dominated, well, they've dominated all game, really, but really pushing Argentina back, and, Simeone coming on. They can't get up the pitch, and, they can't play through the Spanish press, so I think Scaloni's thinking they need a ball carrier. That's what Simeone has, great pace, doesn't he? And try and take them up the pitch and give them a bit of respite, but I mean, Paul, it's an interesting observation, isn't it? The longer this game goes, will Argentina get their moment and make it count?
Well, I'd love to know how many times Messi touched the ball in that opening period of the second half. It won't have been many. The players still receiving instructions from the two coaches. The hydration break, the last one of this World Cup, continues. If you've enjoyed our coverage, by the way, we should thank you for listening to us on 5 Live and the World Service, whether it's on the radio, on BBC Sounds, the iPlayer, on your smart speaker, if you've got one, play 5 Live, and the website and app. But, as we've been saying, Paul, we do this all year round, don't we? Every England match, more Premier League commentaries than anyone else. 3 weeks away from the Super Cup, you'll hear that live from Salzburg, PSG against Aston Villa, Community Shield round the corner. So if you've enjoyed it, come back for more.
And if it's too late, take your radio to bed.
Right, here come the changes for Argentina. And it's Romero coming off. So Christian Romero being substituted. And who's the other Argentina player who's leaving the field?
DePaul, I think.
I'm trying to see our little screen there. Is that helping us out? Yes, I don't think it is.
Simeone for DePaul.
It is DePaul. Thanks,
And
Paul.
Facundo for Romero.
Yeah, thank you for that. So that's going to be a bit of a. So Medina's going to play in central defence. He's missed the last couple of matches, as Ian was saying. He's had a muscle problem, so he comes on to win his 14th cap, the Marseille defender, and son of Diego, Giuliano Simeone, is on to win his 16th cap. Started the semi-final against England. Spain 0, Argentina 0 on this warm Sunday afternoon in New Jersey, and the substitutions just being announced, and all of the names up on the big screens. There is a strip of shadow now down on the near side. Cucurella just forced to put the ball out of play, just runs his fingers through his hair, and we have less than 20 minutes. Here is Messi. A few touches from him, but he's going in the wrong direction. He's going back into his own half. And it finds its way all the way back to goalkeeper Martinez of Aston Villa. Drags it onto his right foot, plays it out towards the left-hand side, as he did against England. Simeone has come over here to the right-hand side. He's with Cucurella. That could be spiky. Simeone and Cucurella, in fact, they're right next to each other. One now, hand on back. The two of them together. Argentina with the ball on the edge of their own penalty area. It's passed out by Medina, and then forward towards the halfway line by the substitute Molina, who came on for Montiel. Argentina struggling to get out of their own half. Ball hits centre field. It comes down for Rodri, but he's given it away. And now McAllister just passes it into space. Tagliafico arrives on that. Almost allows the ball to come to a stop. Then actually goes back towards the halfway line to the Liverpool man with the almost shaven head or the crew cut. McAllister, such an important part. He played 4 years ago as a Brighton player, a Brighton World Cup winner. And now Messi turns and sets off, gives it to Simeone on the right-hand side. Poor ball from Simeone into the box. Couldn't pick out anyone in a blue and white shirt. And actually Spain are off on the counter-attack, and Argentina are going to have to get back. Bayern, though, is able to play it infield to Rodri, and it's 0-0. And yes, that drinks breaks interrupted things for Spain.
Has a little bit, haven't found the flow, and Baena was lucky there actually. Molina playing a little give and go going around him and finding the box, but cross wasn't good once again from Argentina.
Here's Alvarez. Not seen much of him in the second half either. Julian Alvarez might be on the move this summer, we'll see, from Atletico Madrid. And then it runs away from him. He's surrounded by red shirts, and Spain have got that ball back again. Once more, a lovely, beautiful summer breeze just blows around the stadium here under the blue skies. One too high cirrus clouds after the lightning and rain that we had here. Some of the roads were underwater in New Jersey yesterday. You wouldn't know it looking at this colourful, sunny scene with Spain going back into their own half. Kubasi passes it there to the right-hand side. Lamine Yamal, excellent, goes past McAllister, but then his ball into the penalty area. Gets that all wrong. Whether he was looking for Ferran Torres or not, well, he got it all wrong, all the way through for a goal kick.
Yeah, he skipped in between his two defenders. Yeah, he beat his defender, he got past McAllister, and then he goes to play it with the outside of his boot, and he just gets it all wrong, goes off his laces and goes straight out for a goal kick. His delivery's been poor and disappointed in this game. Lamine Yamal got himself in some good positions, but end product just hasn't been there.
No, it's not so far. Argentina playing the ball out, and in fact that Emi Martinez, who took a heavy touch there with Olmo not far away, sliced it clear. Baena heads it back in field for Spain, and then the challenge comes in on Baena to deflect it out of play by Molina, and it's out for a throw-in that Cucurella is waiting to take. Now a double change for Spain, and we are going to see Nico Williams coming on for Spain, and Mikel Merino as well, the Arsenal man who has such a good record of popping up with a goal So Williams coming on. That's going to be it for Olmo. And also leaving the field, Baena.
Yeah, he mentioned he gave up, didn't he, on that when Molina played round him, little give and go, looked fatigued, so Williams had a bit of pace and zest on that left-hand side for Spain, and Marino's been really important, hasn't he, with his goals contribution?
Yep, certainly has. He's got a couple at this World Cup. We know what he did for Arsenal while he was fit during the course of the season. They missed him, Arsenal, when he was out. Just came back in time at the end of the season. And Nico Williams, as they announce the attendance for the 2026 World Cup final, and it is unsurprisingly a full house. Although, when you consider that tickets yesterday, the cheapest that were being sold were for around about $10,000 for a ticket, and it's a full house. Spain 0, Argentina 0, 5 live in the World Service from the BBC. So Nico Williams, remember, he scored the opening goal against England in the European Championship final in Berlin 2 years ago. But the man who scored the winner, Oyarzabal, has been substituted now. It's angled back to Cucurella. Cucurella to Rodri, 30 yards out. Now it's central. And then the shot, from the edge of the box by Pedri, was straight at Martinez. He's claiming that he was getting a shove in the back, Pedri, when he hit it with his left foot, but it was straight at the goalkeeper.
He was getting a shove in the back. It was a lovely ball into him. About 20 yards out, he turns, and if it had gone over before he hit it, I think he would have got the free kick, but he went over as he was hitting it and managed to get the shot off.
Spain are turning up the screw again. Ferran Torres on the edge of the box, back to Lamine Yamal, beats the defender, then cuts it back, and it's cleared away. Crucially, McAllister stepped in to get it away.
Yeah, but you feel it's coming. This wave after wave, it's attack v defence.
And now a shot from Kabasi, and Martinez struggled to make the save, and he didn't know where it was, and it's hooked back across the penalty area. He was totally disorientated there. Emi Martinez, having made the save, parried it. It bounced away from him. He was very fortunate. Argentina were able to clear that.
I'm not sure how he's managed to do that, the Argentinian goalkeeper. He somehow kept it out. Pedro Porro fires in a stinging shot at the goalkeeper, which one he should deal with a lot better than he does. It's just down to his right-hand side. It's a comfortable save. He goes down to his right-hand side and it hits the inside of his palms and goes out the field at the other side. Really worrying moment for Emi Martinez.
I think it was the central defender, Kubasi, who hit the shot that was saved. So Nico Williams with the corner for Spain, ratcheting up the pressure on Argentina. The corner is taken, but you heard the whistle there from referee Vincic. He's not happy with something, so it's going to be retaken. They've got another ball.
He's warning him, John. He's just pointed to the penalty spot. He's warning the Argentinian defenders. He stopped the play before the ball's come in. He's walked over to them and pointed to the spot as though to say, do it again and I'll give a penalty.
Yep, Medina, I think he has said that most directly to. Williams takes the corner. It's a deep one, but it's over everyone. And we'll just roll out of play now. As the referee comes across, there were two players on the ground there. Comes across just to have a look, but it's a throw into Argentina. And it's still 0-0 in the World Cup final.
It's a brilliant corner, whipped in right-footed from Williams, and Kabasi wasn't far away, just along the 6-yard line, just over his head.
Look at this now, the Argentinians, they're taking the time. They're not in a rush to take the throw-in. The longer this game goes for them, they're happy.
It's entirely possible that, just like the last World Cup in this part of the world in 1994, it could go all the way. 0-0, the famous Baggio penalty miss for Italy that handed the trophy to Brazil.
Has that ball landed yet?
Spain 0, Argentina 0. And the scene that we've got here, it is so reminiscent of that World Cup in '94, sitting here in this wide open ball, bright sunshine, and Spain in possession. Spain in only their second World Cup final, the winners back in 2010, as Pedri gives it to Rodri, and it's back to Kubasi, who will curl a pass out towards the right-hand side to Pedro Porro. Porro looking to get it back. Lamine Yamal is with it there on the halfway line, and then the two of them just exchange passes, and Argentina can drop back into position. So Argentina, Lionel Scaloni's had a a real challenge on his hands here with the players that he's lost to injury, and he's made all 5 of his changes now as Pedri plays it out to the right-hand side. Pedro Porro's pass is blocked on the edge of the penalty area, came off Tagliafico, dropped behind for another corner.
Yeah, they're getting pulled apart, they're getting picked apart. It's as if, I know he's made his substitutions and they've found moments in this World Cup, but Unai Simon has had an easy afternoon. It's as if Argentina are saying, we'll take penalties.
They've taken the corner short, Spain. Williams is over there with Lamine Yamal. Williams to Pedri on the edge of the box, trying to find a position. Williams now cuts it back onto overhead. Torres, then the header that arrives at the back post, but it's straight at Martinez, and he makes a routine save. After all of that, as the ball is launched away downfield, Unai Simon and Cucurella's gone down, suggesting that he's got a bash on the back of the head from Simeone. He's gone down holding his head. I mean, the ball had long gone.
Like father, like son there, a little bit niggly. Simeone, Cucurella getting his body in front of Simeone, letting the ball bounce through from the long clearance from Martinez. Simeone gives him one in the back.
And it was Emerick Laporte who had that chance when it eventually came to the back post, but headed it straight at the goalkeeper.
But it was brilliant interchange on the right-hand side through the 2 substitutes, Williams and Pedri. They look sharp and they look fresh.
Argentina are creaking here. Spain are putting them under some pressure. They are finishing more strongly. 10 minutes to go, less than 10 minutes. Ball out towards the right-hand side. And whether this is making the difference, the fact that Argentina played a day later, they've had 2 sets of extra time to come through. And remember, of the last 14 finals, men's and women's, World Cup and European Championship, 13 of the winners have played the semi-final the day before. Here's Pedri. Pedri, low ball towards the edge of the penalty area. Oh, that's a misplaced pass. Centre field by Marino, but Spain win it back. And actually the referee's going to come across to show a yellow card to Enzo Fernandez. He was up to something in centre field.
Well, he took a dive, that's what he did. McAllister fed the ball, Fernandez made the run. He's saying I was pulled down. He wasn't pulled down, the pass was too heavy, and Kabasi had read it. But he's got to be careful, he applauded the yellow card. Shouldn't be doing that.
Oh, that was a flagrant breach, wasn't it, to do that? Sarcastic, Chris. I'm sure you'd never. As Unai Simon, long, right-footed downfield, but that's got too much on it. It bounces all the way into the opposing penalty area. So we are in the 83rd minute.
Argentina actually had a shot on target.
I don't think now.
Don't think he's hit the floor, has he? Unai Simon. I don't think he's hit the floor. He's touched very little of the ball with his hands.
Yeah, so it still remains that at this entire World Cup, there've only been 10 attempts on target on Spain's goal.
By the way, they've not even had an attempt. They've had an attempt on target. They've not even had an attempt, it's saying on the screen in front of me.
Yeah, so the only thing was when Simon came out of the penalty area in the first half. As Argentina play the ball across their back line, that's cleared away towards the halfway line by Otamendi. Comes back at Argentina again. Ferran Torres on the edge of the area. Here's Mikel Merino. Merino's able to guide it out towards Lamine Yamal, and Argentina drop back in there again. Well, it's Argentina who are holding out here. Not quite as desperately as England held out, or tried to hold out against them in the semi-final. And Williams now, he is leaned into by Molina. That's not a free kick. Here's Messi. A rare touch for Messi in the second half. Running the ball forward and passing it forward. This is for Molina to chase, but that's got too much on it. And in the end, Simon can clear it into centre field. There is a foul on Marino, and Marino plays the ball into Enzo Fernandez, who's just been yellow carded, but he knew what he was doing there, Marino.
Yeah,
Arsenal and Chelsea.
That's right. Enzo Fernandez needs to be careful. He's on that yellow.
Spain 0, Argentina 0. Our television has shown us a shot of Donald Trump watching in one of the air-conditioned boxes inside the stadium. I've been told that apparently the pictures around the world back home, as the ball's played into the penalty area and Ferran Torres tries to pull it back across, but that's deflected out of play by Tagliafico for a throw to Spain down the right. Seemingly more pictures of Donald Trump are being shown back at home than they are to us inside the stadium.
Just wonder whether he'll have a bit of advice for the losers.
Well, there's one thing, he'll be on the pitch presenting the winners the trophy, that is for sure.
He will, as will the Mexican president, Claudia Sheinbaum, and Mark Carney of Canada will be there as well, so I'm told. Spain 0, Argentina 0. I know he'll be the one who hands it over though. 5 minutes to go. Ball chipped across. And we don't know whose hands that trophy is going to be placed into yet. Spain have had, well, much the better of the second half now, I think we can say that. Laporte across to Kupasi, and then out to the right-hand side, where the ball is tackled out of play for a Spanish throw, 15 yards inside Argentine territory. Argentina's supporters desperately hoping their team can become the first for over 60 years to win 2 World Cups in a row. Out comes the pass to Williams. Williams takes it down, back onto his right foot, but then the tackle comes in on him from Simeone Jr. One would imagine that Simeone Sr. will be here inside the stadium. I know he's been to so many of the matches. As it finds its way all the way back to Unai Simon. Spain, who've conceded only 1 goal at this entire World Cup. Charles de Catalara of Belgium scored that against them. They've never been behind. And have never been taken to extra time yet at this World Cup. But that is what we are looking at here. 4 minutes of the 90 to play, but space opens up a little. Centre field, and it's passed out to Lamine Yamal. And the 19-year-old plays it back centrally to Rodri, who actually flipped it behind Marino, who plays it into the box. Ferran Torres with the shot, but he watched it drop over his shoulder and he mishit it really from the angle wider than the post.
Yeah, clever run though. He's a little bit sharper in terms of his speed than Isabel, and makes a forward run. Marino just chipping the ball in behind. Argentinian back line, not a lot of space to work with. You can see the idea. Ferran Torres' right foot as the ball's bouncing, trying to wrap his foot around it. And off target.
Well, we'll be heading on to the 10 o'clock back home. Maybe people will have one final chance to take the radio to bed with them at this World Cup. Spain 0, Argentina 0. Ball near the edge of the Spanish penalty area. King of Spain is here watching as Spain do get away with little Pedri. And then Lamine Yamal with a pass back into the centre circle. Laporte. And Spain enjoying this feel of the ball. Rodri. And then Pedri again. Pedri, high right-footed ball looking for Williams. Defender came, then backed away. Williams has got it on the left-hand side. Up against Molina, Cucurella, then Rodri. Remember Rodri, a Champions League winning goal scorer for Manchester City. The captain of this Spanish team. Rodri gets it back and then just places the ball into the path of Williams. The Spanish supporters increasing in their support for their team from the stands at that end of the ground. Kupasi towards the edge of the penalty area. It's worked into the box, but Argentina are able to clear it away. Comes back again to Pedro Porro. Lamine Yamal on the right flank, drifting infield. Argentina players getting to him. Still Lamine Yamal. Now across to Rodri. Rodri works it to Williams. Left corner of the box. Williams has it down. 2 defenders on him, and one of them got the touch. Molina it was, who was able to get a touch on that and clear it away, but it's out of play for a Spanish throw.
Well, it's little Messi back doubling up, helping his defender out, but this now is just it's taking the same old pattern. Argentina sat back, bodies behind the ball, and Spain just popping the ball in and around them. They just can't get that final touch.
Here's Rodri though, 25 yards out. Rodri shoots wildly wide. Opened up from there. That was a chance for the Spanish captain.
They have so many better options. They're outnumbering the Argentinians in that area of the field. I think he had Williams out on one side, Lamal out on the other side. I think he took the shot on there, Rodri. Goes up high and well over the goal. They should have played that wide. I think that's where Spain are at the best. It's Argentinian defence. They enjoy defending the width of the 18-yard box. The options that Spain have had, the opportunities they've had, have come in the wide areas when they've got around the back of the fullbacks.
Spain 0, Argentina 0. Played back underway again, but the ball is shoveled forward to Messi. Messi, who is 5 yards inside the Spanish half. was able to win a throw-in for his team.
I mean, they could actually win the World Cup, Argentina, without having a shot on goal. Think about that.
Yep.
That would be quite something.
They're able to hold out for a penalty shootout. We are going to see. In fact, it's the fourth official with the board, isn't it? I think I saw 4 minutes there. Yes, it is. I thought it would be more than that. So we're into added time at the end of the 2026 World Cup final. 4 of the last 5 World Cup finals have gone to extra time. We've not had the thrills and spills yet of 4 years ago in Qatar, which is one of the great finals that really boiled to a climax. Argentina will absolutely take extra time now. Long right for the ball downfield. They've been under pressure for most of the second half. Headed forward by Laporte, McAllister, and then Molina. Here is Messi. He sets off on a run, and actually is blocked there quite blatantly by Laporte. The ball's played infield, it hits the referee, and the referee's brought it back, and now Argentina are pointing the finger at Laporte. It was a blatant block. Argentina players coming across, and Laporte walks back coolly, leans over, gives Messi both of his hands and pulls him to his feet.
I want to see the way that the Argentinian bench reacted to that. And the fouls that have been committed during this game, that was probably one of the lesser ones. It was on Messi, and you should have seen it. One of them's been booked. The referee's just come over to the bench. Somebody's been booked down there.
I think it might have been one of the unused substitutes. The referee rather wearily pulled a yellow card out of his pocket and just waved it in the direction of the bench. And the fourth official pointed to, as I say, I think it was perhaps one of the unused substitutes in the purple bib. Spain 0, Argentina 0, but an Argentine set piece. And now you can hear the fans from way down South America thinking this might be their opportunity. This would be a smash and grab. Messi plays it square. Messi gets it back, edge of the area, onto his left foot. Then the challenge comes in on him. He goes sprawling down after he was challenged by Rodri. Argentina again. The ball across from the right from Simeone, too close to Martinez, to Unai Simon, who could just drop on it.
It was a disappointing cross in there, and they worked a good position.
Ball played forward to Williams. It could open up for Spain here. Ferran Torres in the middle. Williams no shoots, and it's parried away. It was straight at the goalkeeper Martinez. He was able to stand up and just get his palms in front of it, Paul, and deflect it back. Now then. And that's Enzo Fernandez. A high challenge from Enzo Fernandez on the halfway line. He's already been shown a yellow card. It's a second yellow. And the Chelsea midfielder is sent off in the World Cup final. Only the 6th man to receive his marching orders in this great set-piece occasion. And Argentina are down to 10 men.
Well, he's disputing this. I've got to say, where we're sitting, I thought it seemed a pretty wild challenge.
First glance, it looks horrible, doesn't it?
He's late. Kabasi gets there first. Fernandez is trying to get up to the ball, but he follows through, catches him. It's a second yellow. The first one for diving, and the second one just a little bit reckless with it. And the Argentina players are in it, as they normally are, surrounding the referee. Lino Scaloni is up. Argentina manager protesting.
Well, there's a right kerfuffle going on the side of the pitch, way down below us, and also around the referee. And the Spanish physio is on to give Kubasi the treatment. He was the Spanish player who was caught by that late challenge. I mean, it wasn't a horrible challenge, but it was certainly a yellow card.
It was an absolute booking, it was. But his first one for diving and descent is what they're probably all frustrated about. But the Argentinian players, to a man, on the bench around the fourth official. Fernandez still hasn't left the field. The referee's telling them all to go away. He's listening to Messi. I think he's saying he's had the message in his ear from VAR. It's done. Leave the field.
Yeah, well, the footballing conspiracy theorists might think that there's a chance of this being overturned, but the referee's adamant, and I do not see how that could be overturned.
No, I'm total agreement. I mean, they like to try and influence the officials, the Argentinian players in and around the referee. They've had, I think, a fair few decisions go for them this tournament, but that was the correct decision. It was late. It was a second yellow. And the Argentinians will feel hard done by.
Well, it was already tough this for the defending champions. Play still hasn't resumed.
He's still on there, and Fernandez, isn't he? Oh, he's now off now,
Yeah, he's on the far side. He's left on the far side of the field, and he's been walked around. Or is he? No, he has left.
He's in. He's just gone in the tunnel, top left.
Oh yeah,
He's just gone down the tunnel, just disappeared.
Yeah, got him. I mean, there's so many tunnels in this ground. You don't know. Sometimes you don't know which one to look at. So there we are, Argentina down to 10 for the remainder, and this was already such a tough assignment, and now it's got all that harder. One of our hardest working players as well, Enzo Fernandez.
And I was going to say, let's talk about Messi's work rate off the ball. You know, he doesn't do as much as the rest of them. So in effect, at times when they're down, you know, they're down to 9 when they haven't got the ball.
Well, there's still time for Spain to snatch this. We're in the 6th minute of added time. That was a lengthy stoppage surrounding the sending off of Enzo Fernandez. Ball played out towards the right-hand side. Lamine Yamal, Spain could get so, but he's lost possession. And actually, Argentina will take this away downfield. And in these circles, no, it's given away. It's given away to Cucurella. Now to the edge of the ball. Oh, that's a blatant chance. That is a blatant foul on Ferran Torres. Chopped down by Paredes, who himself is on a yellow card.
I mean, that's a ridiculous challenge. Ferran Torres, little shift of the ball, takes a touch, kills the ball dead, little shift, and then Paredes, I mean, he hacks him down. That's a yellow.
That is a yellow card. That is a yellow card foul.
Take a brave referee to do too, wouldn't it? At this stage of the game. But this could be the moment, the defining moment for the World Cup. Spain have got an opportunity here. 25 yards from goal, very, very central. This is it. You would feel the referee blows after this. One of the Spanish players here is going to have an opportunity, one shot on goal, to win the World Cup final.
Well, it looks as though it's going to be either Pedro Porro of Tottenham or the great teenage rising star of world football, Lamine Yamal. Who's your money on?
My money's on a right footer. I think it suits a right footer better, but I'm often wrong, John.
Lamine Yamal is placing it. And the referee's still sorting out the wall, telling the Argentina players, got to stay behind the white line. Good luck with that. And obviously the Spanish players have got to stay 2 yards away from the Argentine wall. Still, the big Slovenian referee, Slavko Vincic, leaning over, talking to them. And he's also put a spray down to show the Spanish players that they can't get any closer than that to the Argentine wall. And now he's putting in another line of spray down on the pitch. Excellent. World Cup level spraying. Free kick. This is the chance right at the end of added time. At the end of the 90 minutes in the World Cup final. Free kick. 3 strides outside the D. Slightly left of centre. Lamine Yamal with his hands on his hips. And Pedro Porro, the other contender. Lamine Yamal, left foot. It's saved by Martinez. Emi Martinez, he enjoyed that one. Full length to his left. Good 2 hands to it to push it away wide for a corner.
Yeah, it's a well-taken free kick from Lamine Yamal. He gets it up and over the wall away to the goalkeeper's left. Makes a decent save, Martinez.
Corner taken short, still we play on. Williams ball into the penalty area looking for Kubasi. That's a good challenge there. And that is the last challenge. And it's 0-0. And it's extra time in the World Cup final. Extra time for the 5th time in the last 6 World Cup finals. But as the Argentina players, as they walk past the referee, plenty of them have got something to say to him. Fingers being pointed. But the sending off of Enzo Fernandez in the 3rd minute of added time swings momentum even further towards Spain, you would have to say, Paul Robinson and Chris Sutton.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've been so dominant. Argentina still to this point haven't even had attempts on goal, never mind an attempt on target. We're sat here fairly central and our eyes have been fixed into the left-hand half. Spain very dominant both possessionally and territorial as well. Not overly creative. They've had 1 or 2 opportunities. The ones that they have got through with have been disappointingly finished straight at Martinez. He's made 1 or 2 saves that you'd have expected him to make. They're by far and away the better team, and Argentina now completely in survival mode.
Yeah, I suppose it's a case of what does Lionel Scaloni do? So Argentina can make another substitution. So does he bring Lautaro Martinez on because Messi? We know